What is up, guys? Stark here. I am back for another Fate video, and in today's video we're going to be doing the calendar for the month of May. Now, I do apologize for this being one day behind. I've just been very busy with work, and I kind of fell asleep when I came home today, so yeah, ran out of time. Unfortunate. I'm sorry about that. But we're not missing much, so really, like, I could more or less skip this month if I really wanted to, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal because there's not a whole lot coming out as far as if you look at the calendar for it in Japan. In Japan, they only had 2 events in the month of May, one of which we already got and is ending 2 days. As of today, it's ending tomorrow, but when you guys see this video, it will be ending today, essentially. So we already got that out of the way. We're already, you know, knee deep in the pre-release campaign for the Requiem event, and obviously we'll be getting the Requiem event as well, and that's all they had in May. So by the 6th of May for us, we would have already gotten all the content that was released in Japan on May. So there's a lot of things that they could do, so I'm assuming they're just going to move up the schedule a little bit and give us the rerun of last year's summer event, push that into June, because we're starting to get into the territory here where things get a little weird because of the anniversary and all that stuff. So that's just what I'm guessing. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. The summer rerun is quite long, so yeah. Anyway, there are a couple banners out right now, and they are out, you know, yesterday and today. So we're just gonna go ahead and talk about them. Not a whole lot moving here, but yeah, there are quite a few characters if you look at all the banners combined. Just not a lot of new stuff coming out. So yeah, as of this recording, is still technically the 1st of May, but like I said, by the time you guys see this, it will be the 2nd. But for now, the 1st of May has a whole bunch of servants currently available. So you have the Demon Nobunaga banner, which will be ending on the 2nd. But you do have a couple days left here to get the Demon Nobunaga, the Berserker Nobunaga, and then the Berserker Mori, who, if I remember correctly, is limited. So if you don't have him, you should at least try and roll for 1 copy of him. I'm going to do a quick double check on that to make sure that he's actually limited, but I'm fairly certain he is. Okita Alter and Old Man Lee were also available in this banner, but unfortunately those days have passed and they are no longer obtainable. And yes, Mori is a limited time servant. So yeah, if you don't have him, now would be a really good opportunity to get at least 1 copy of the character. On the flip side, we do also have part 2 of the Nobunaga banner, which is going to have Satonai and Nero and Emiya Alter as rated up characters. So yeah, that one lasts a little bit longer than the Nobunaga banner, but some pretty good characters available to be recruited here. There are a few other characters that you can get in the coming days. It kind of flip-flops a little bit. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into that. Alright, so on the 2nd, pretty much everything is exactly the same, except we have a new banner. This is going to be the Fate Requiem pre-release campaign banner, and this will feature a couple of 5 stars, the first one being the 5-star assassin, Osaka Bihime, and the second one being the 5-star Moon Cancer, Ganesha, or Janako, or whatever you want to call her. But yeah, so you got 2 pretty decent servants there, and you also do have 2 4-star characters rated up. You have Thomas Edison and Nursery Rhyme, both casters. Edison is locked, so if you did want him, it'd be a really good opportunity to get. So story locked characters are pretty difficult to get, so if you do want that character, make sure you do some pulls. And yeah, there's just a lot of opportunities for characters, a lot of different banners here. Pretty good character rotation, if you ask me, for the combination of all the banners. I guess it's worth noting that the 5-star ticket is also still active. So if you haven't redeemed that yet, like myself, then you definitely want to make sure you do that. You do have until the end of the month to do so, but you do also have restrictions. Oh, not restrictions, that's not the right word I'm looking for. You have to do certain requirements in order to keep the servant, so you don't want to wait too long in order to redeem your character. So just keep that in mind as you're thinking. Now, I should point out that you can take Ganesha with the 5-star ticket, so if she was someone that you were thinking about, then you can use your ticket on her and pull on a different banner. This is also the last day for the first part of the Nobunaga banners, so if you want the Nobinagas or Mori, today would be the last day to do so. Moving on to the third, really not much of a change here happens except for Satonai and Q-Alter swap out. Everything else remains the same for the other banners. On the 4th, the Nobunaga Part 2 banner stays the same, but on the Requiem pre-release campaign banner, Ganesha goes away and it's just Osaka Bihime as the featured rated up servant. Now this is the final day for the Nobunaga banner Part 2, so if you wanted Q-Alter, Niero, or Emiya Alter, then this would be the final day for that. So the 5th has no changes other than the fact that the Q-Alter banner goes away. So the pre-release campaign banner is exactly the same for the 5th. So for the 6th, we do have Ganesha and Osaka Bihime swapping out. And we also do have the new banner for the actual Requiem event. This is going to introduce the new 5-star foreigner Voyager and the new 4-star Berserker. I always mess up their name. Give me a second to try and pronounce this properly, if I can actually find it. Kijo Koyo. Probably pronounced that wrong, but 4-star Berserker. There we go. Both of those characters are rated up for the entirety of their events, so we will not really be talking about them too much more in the video. They are both new characters, of course, and Voyager would be the featured 5-star character of the month because he's the only 5-star character that is new in the month of May. So there we go. Unless they do something crazy at the end of the month. But anyway, Requiem is, in my opinion, one of the more fun events that I've played. I haven't played all of the events on Japan, but I definitely remember playing this one pretty seriously. I took it pretty seriously. I played it a lot. Finished it. So if I finish an event on JP, then I usually enjoy it quite a lot because I very often forget to go on JP and play. So yeah, it was a fun game. It's like a board game event, really cool. I can't wait for it to come out. Might actually get me to play Fate a little bit more often. I've been so busy the last couple of weeks. Just haven't had a whole lot of time for pretty much anything. So it'll be nice to dip my feet back into Fate and keep it going. But yeah, we'll be pulling for Voyager for sure. So there'll be a video for that whenever he does roll around. Alright, so the 7th, nothing changes, and then on the 8th, we do have Osaka Bihime coming back as a rated up character. Everything else remains the same. Now, from here on, pretty much, or at least for the next week or so, things are pretty much going to just stay exactly the same. The 9th, everything remains the same. The 10th, we have Ganesha and Nursery Rhyme falling off the banners. And then on the 11th, they're going to switch out with Edison and Osaka Bihime, so Ganesha and Nursery Rhyme will be rated up. And then this is just going to be a theme here for the next couple of days. So on the 12th, then we have Edison and Osaka Bihime rated up. On the 13th, it goes back to Ganesha and Nursery Rhyme. You guys can kind of see the pattern here. On the 14th, we do have both 5-stars rated up, so you do have Ganesha and Osaka Bihime, as well as Thomas Edison rated up there. You do also have Nursery Rhyme, so all the characters are currently available at this point in time. And this will be the same for the 15th, which will be the final day for this banner. So all that's going to be left is the actual Requiem banner with Voyager. So that'll be there for the next couple of days. So the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th will all be the same with Voyager's banner there by itself. And the 19th will be the final day for Voyager's banner. And realistically speaking, this is the end of the content for May as far as the Japanese version of the game goes. But obviously we're going to get something after that. So it could be an interlude or rank up or well, like a strengthening quest or something. But probably it'll just roll right into the rerun of last year's summer event, so the Las Vegas event. I'm just guessing here. But we're going to go ahead and roll it out just in case that is what they decide to do. I really don't want to leave like almost 2 weeks of blank stuff on the calendar. So we do tend to guess, but we do also point out that, you know, it's just me guessing, nothing confirmed or anything like that. So anyway, the 20th would presumably be when it starts, and this will bring out a whole bunch of summer characters. So you have Summer Musashi, Summer Osaka Hime, and Summer Carmilla. This Las Vegas event is really good, a lot of really good characters as well, and it's a really long event. So I do think that's why they're going to roll it up a little bit early so they can get it done and then start preparing for other things like the new summer event and also get ready for the anniversary. So yeah, looking forward to all this stuff. I don't have to pull because I have MP5 Musashi, which is fantastic. So I could just focus on rerunning the event and having a good old time. But yeah, anyway, as far as banners go, the 21st remains the same. The 22nd will remain the same, but it also, no, sorry, it does not remain the same. So Carmilla goes away. It's just Osaka Hime and Musashi, but you do have the Sunday only raid ups of Merlin, Siegfried, and Fuma, Kotaro. I think, yeah, Kotaro. I don't know which one I'd rather say. Those three are only available on Sundays throughout the event. So if you don't have Merlin yet, definitely look at pulling on Sundays. They're in a separate banner, so if you did want to do that, you can just exclusively pull for them. The 23rd, we go back to just having Musashi and Carmilla rated up. And then the 24th, we'll see Carmilla and Osaka Hime switch out. The 25th, Carmilla's back. The 26th, both of them are rated up alongside Musashi. And then the 27th, the first banner stays the same, and then the second banner comes out. So you have the Ruler Artoria, you have, oh, someone corrected me last time when I said this, but you have the new Melt. I can't remember which one the symbol is actually. Delta, Lima, I don't know what those are. Mysterious Alter Ego is coming out, but they're actually a Lancer. And then you have the Assassin Okita. The 28th, everything remains the same. The 29th, you have Osaka Hime and Melt as your 4-star characters featured. Is also another Sunday, so you do have the Merlin crew coming back. And then on the 30th, you have Osaka Hime and Okita rated up. And then on the 31st, you have Carmilla and Melt rated up as your featured characters. So all in all, it's a pretty up in the air month, because half of what I just said might not even happen. So we have to wait and see on that. But assuming everything that I talked about does happen in this video, then for my personal opinions, the only banner I will be pulling on is going to be for Voyager. Hopefully I can get Voyager out of the way pretty quickly. I only want one copy of him for completion sakes, as well as the 4-star dinosaur. We do need her as well. But there's a lot of good characters, a lot of different characters. Just for me personally, I have them all already, so I won't be pulling for them. But there are quite a few variety of banners. Now I will note that if anyone's pulling for Artoria in the anniversary, Musashi is a pretty good option to pair her with. However, you do need her at MP2 for pretty safe, optimal farming. So if you got one copy last year, maybe try and get a second copy this year, just in preparation for the anniversary unit. Outside of that, though, I do think pretty much everyone else is passable. Honestly, I think Voyager is passable as well. I just pull for every character in the game. So if you're like free to play and stuff like that, unless you're trying to get a good looper with Artoria, then I just really don't recommend pulling. Or maybe if you just want to collect the summer units, that's fine as well. Not saying these are bad characters, but we're getting closer and closer to the anniversary, and if you are free to play, then obviously you want to save as much as possible for Artoria, because without Artoria you can't Artoria loop. So get her first and worry about the rest later. That's just my personal opinions. You guys do what you want. As always, I let you guys know here what I think is the best choice of action and what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm pulling for Voyager and nothing else for this month, and hopefully I get him. I don't know what else to say there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I know this one was kind of a bit longer than most of my other videos for the calendars anyway. I guess there was quite a few changes every day, but I'm going to stop rambling on here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Once again, I do apologize for it coming out one day late. Try not to make that mistake next year. I always wait a little bit to make the videos because I never know what NA is going to actually announce, and I've gotten myself in a bad situation where I've made the video before and then they announced something and I had to go back and just like redo the entire thing. So I tend to usually wait till like the day before to actually go ahead and make this video, but just didn't work out this time. Anyway guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.